What up, what up, what up? It's your best friend Blake, and I'm here with my cousin C. Loke, and this is the Up North Sportscast. We got plenty to talk about today, including Coach K, the NBA playoffs. Sorry, Chance. We're going to do some NHL talk today. We got a special guest coming up. And then we are going to talk Julio and some other fun stuff. So do not forget to hit us up on social at TUN Sportscast on Twitch, Facebook, Insta, Twitter, the Up North Sportscast on YouTube. Get it in. Give us a follow. First thing we're talking here is, who is Jon Scheyer? Go ahead, Chance. Tell us about him.
Yeah, so we got some big news this week coming out of college basketball, men's college basketball. Coach K is going to hang it up. He's got another year yet, thankfully. Us as Dukies, Duke fans, and maybe just a fan of college basketball. Coach K, Mike Krzyzewski, is going to stick around for one more year. But they already got their man in place. I feel like the biggest question mark in college basketball right now is, who's Jon Scheyer? You would think Duke, the biggest promise, one of the biggest college programs out there, they're going to be looking for, I heard rumors about Brad Stevens. Who else can we get there out there? Big names, but they already have their name in place, their guy in place, and they're going with Jon Scheyer. And if you're a hardcore Duke fan, you might remember that he played for Duke in about 2006 to 2010, if I recall. I could be a little off on a year or two. But he was a guard, primarily point guard / shooting guard. I want to say he's from Illinois. He might be most remembered for the 2010 season. He was our leading scorer. Played with, if anybody remembers, Kyle Singler, Ryan Kelly, Nolan Smith. He was a senior, 4-year player at Duke. You couldn't ask for a Coach K replacement to be more Duke than Jon Scheyer. The guy was there, a hard worker. Maybe if you can't backtrack to go back into the 2010s as a Duke player, this is Grayson Allen before Grayson Allen, without the tripping and kicking you in the nuts. To make a joke about it, this guy was a very straight-edge guy, a true, proven leader. Always stuck by, understood his role, played behind Gerald Henderson, made it to the NBA. Also, that final year, played with Nolan Smith. 2011 gave him his brought in Kyrie Irving, he didn't bring him in, but this is a very big name in Duke history, Duke alum, as he just feels Duke. He's been there. He didn't go to the pros, signed a few NBA camps, didn't work out. If you really follow NBA basketball, some of those guys that go play 4 years, they can translate to the league very well, but he didn't. He's a leader. The reason why they are apparently going with Jon Scheyer is he was very proven in the development of similar guards in the last 5, 6, 7 years. Both the Jones brothers, Tyus and Trey Jones. Tyus was also a national champion. He really hard the Clippers. Seen him knock down a couple trees. He's been very hands-on in the developmental process of some of the Duke front court that's been playing in today's game. And then also I heard he was hands-on, very hands-on, specifically in the Zion Williamson recruiting. Brandon Ingram, RJ Barrett, really that front court, getting those guys to come to Duke, and that's big. On I'm also kind of, me personally, as a Duke fan, go Dukies, go blue. Kind of surprised they didn't go for a bigger name. And the fact that uh, Coach K is coming out right now, and I would love to get into more Coach K later. I want to let him enjoy this victory lap he's got going on. But kind of really surprised that they didn't go for a big name. This is a huge school. This is basketball, man. NCAA basketball. When you think NCAA basketball, you think Duke, North Carolina. This is what you think. And they're going with somebody that I feel like nobody really knows about. So I really like it that they're keeping everything in house. And they're thinking of a guy that lives, breathes, and bleeds Duke. So I think it's great. I'm pretty excited about it. This guy has shoes and shoes and shoes. These are like size 27s. You're Coach K, coaching USA, been offered the Laker job way back in the day. I hope the best for him. I think he's going to do really well. I think the biggest key to this is your first 2 years. I think when it comes to collegiate sports, when you're taking over for a big name, I really feel success in the first 2 years makes it or breaks it. Not just for you, but everybody else in the school. So I think John Shire is a good hire. I'm glad they kept it in house, and hope everything works.
What do you think he has to do to have the success in the first 2 years? Do you think he'll have? I mean, do you think they're going to keep this one and done culture where he is going to be able to recruit just the top talent every year? Or, I mean, I don't know how he'll be able to continue to do that. Or are they going to start to see more of a traditional, at least keeping players for 2 or 3 years, maybe getting mid-level talent and trying to build a team?
Um, Good question. Like I previously listed, he was very key in recruiting Zion Williamson, one and done. One of the best in the last 20 years, one of the best college basketball players I've ever seen. Brandon Ingram, very great. And RJ Barrett, another. All three of these are one and dones.
Mhm.
I feel the nature of college basketball right now is one and done. I feel Duke does a really great blend of incorporating and welcoming a player that is going to be a one and done. Kyrie Irving, another example. But also, they still have their guys that they target that are 4-year players. Feel if he can try to carry over that success, I think it'll be good. It's going to be hard, but learning that he had a very big pull in bringing in a player like Zion Williamson. I can't imagine all the schools, since this guy was probably starting to learn how to tie his shoes, was probably getting recruited. To get a player like that in there, I feel that really weighs a lot of weight. I got a lot of faith in him. I got a lot of big shoes to fill, so I hope it works out. I really do. Nonetheless, I hope this isn't not franchise, but a college that just fades off. Then we forget, 20 years from now, that Duke was a thing.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's kind of happened in collegiate sports. Texas was a big football school. USC was, and they still are.
Mhm.
But once they see you fall off, you fall off. And I don't really want to see. I love seeing the big names stick around and be very prominent. So I really hope this doesn't leave. You got your Duke UNC rivalry. One of these days, Roy Williams is going to leave too, or retire. I just hope so. Sports fun.
Yeah. And it's interesting because it's exciting to see a lot of these other schools come up, Loyola, Chicago, and some that you haven't
Yeah.
seen, and I'm rooting for them. And it'd be interesting to see if Duke remains. Are they going to be back in the Final Four even anytime soon, or will that be a little while? And again, with some of these other schools, I think drawing attention and appeal really to some of the younger crowd, Um, we'll see if there's more of a shift to some of these other schools.
It's gonna be different.
Yeah. Next up, we got the NBA playoffs, and it was a pretty good first round. I don't know how you feeling on the first round, Chance.
Oh, as an NBA fan, I feel great. As an NBA fan, um,
It has been
I
a
know
great
just
first round, honestly. Like,
it really has. And as an NBA fan, like I said, maybe even a week and a half ago, there's still so much that is misunderstood. Typically in the NBA playoffs, compared to an NBA or NFL and NHL, there isn't parity. NBA is very well predicted. Well, just kind of hang on and wait until we see so and so and so and so meet in the finals. We know what's going to happen. There's a lot of parity this year, and I really love it. I feel like the first round has been great. We just seen the Atlanta Hawks
I was gonna say.
beat the Knicks. Yeah, I'm really impressed with the Hawks right now. The Hawks took it to the Knicks, went on the road, took it to them 4-1, and they just went up and beat the number one, not just the team in the East, but the number team in the league. Beat the Sixers. Embiid came back. Like, Trae Young is not just taking names, he's slitting throats. Yes. So there's a lot going on out there. And we got some great matchups. We've seen the Blazers go at it with the Nuggets. That was such a great matchup, too. And Nuggets advance. And they are playing the Clippers now today, right? Or not today, but we can Gage on here, Mr. Internet Research.
Yeah, coming up. We got Aimless Gaming reaching out asking how long it's been since LeBron and Curry have not been in the finals. What has it been, like 10 years, I think?
10 years.
10 years.
10 years.
It is a nice change of pace.
Well, I mean, if you're...
Well,
yeah.
Well, I'd like to see the Lakers in there, but yeah, whatever, Chance. No, it's a nice change of pace. I'm excited to see some new faces in there. I don't even know. My team's still in the Clippers. Chance's got his team out there.
What do you need to know about the Clippers?
When's your game coming up?
Are they playing the Jazz? Or no, they're not playing the Jazz. They gotta be playing. They are playing the Jazz.
They are playing the Jazz. First game is Tuesday, June 8th.
Okay. But I'm really excited about this year's NBA playoffs is honestly so open. Like for you to see the Jazz win it, like come on, man. Like the Jazz, we're seeing the Sixers good. We're seeing the Nuggets good. The Nets, but I mean like screw the Nets. I hope they fail. There's so much parity going on. The Suns, I would love to see. I would love to if the Suns won it. It's very open, and I don't. As an NBA fan, big time NBA fan, I feel like we have not seen parity in like 20 years. You always know there's 2 or 3 teams that are going to win it.
How are you feeling about the Bucks this year?
You know my feeling on the Bucks. They did just lose game 1. And they're playing the Nets, the Super Nets. You know, they're signing everybody. Adam Sandler's going there, Michael Jordan, Superman, Batman. I still feel good about the Bucks. They did just lose game 1, but hard went out early when they're playing. This is do or die right now. I feel for the Bucks. So I feel if the Bucks do get past this series with the Nets, I feel it's the Bucks. The last 2-3 years, I still feel Giannis is the best player in basketball. I feel he is not something we have seen in many, many years. That height, that length, and he's got some point guard help. Your point guard shouldn't be a 6'11" forward.
I think
Uh,
it's tough to say he's the best when sometimes he just seems to get just shut down. You know what I mean? But like you said, it is nice to have a little bit of help.
a
Somebody.
little. I mean, man, if everything is focused on you, you got to play point guard, power forward, center, best defender on your team. He almost won Defensive Player of the Year last year, or did he? I'm pretty sure he did. That's so much to ask of one NBA player.
I Aimless is saying same thing with LeBron too. If he doesn't have any help, he can't get out of the first round. I guess. But and I feel like I look up and I see Giannis draining some threes sometimes too. I'm like, at least he shoots it.
Yeah, he's got confidence, man. Giannis is unbelievable. And, if he does lose this series versus the Nets, these are the super Nets. Man, I wish Giannis would. It's a hate it or love it type of thing. Everybody's like, I hate these guys that go pair up and they go play somewhere else. But
I thought he
Giannis
was
is
going to
sticking to his
Miami.
guns. Yeah, absolutely. Giannis is sticking to his guns. He's sticking in Milwaukee. Give him some love, man. And if he gets it done, I'm so hyped. I really love Giannis as a basketball player. He's so fun to watch. It's so dominant. It's great. So I hope he wins. I really do.
So he'll whoever wins that series will be going up against either the Sixers or the Hawks. You still feeling the Sixers in this one? Like, what's going on?
I got a big question mark right now. Embiid's got a big knee injury going on. Apparently, this specific knee injury is some of the ones that have almost ended other people's careers. I was actually really surprised seeing him go back onto the court. And if you're an NBA fan, you also know Embiid has a laundry list of knee injuries, and not just injuries in period.
Yeah.
So, but man, you watch this Hawks team play. Like Trae Young, I know it's maybe kind of cliche, but I see just young Steph Curry. Like he just looks like a little punk. Like whatever, Trae, whatever, Trae. But Trae just gets it done. And he's going out there for your throat. And he loves the edge. He loves the chip on his shoulder. And then won game 1 in Philly. They got home court now. They went 4-1 in New York. New York hasn't seen a basketball playoff game since, I don't know, 1937. I'm probably wrong on that. But, man, they went in there in that raucous crowd with fans, and they just rocked it. No, don't see what in Hawks. I feel like they're going to end up in a brick wall at some point and not having enough talent to compete, but they're feisty. They're fun. It's great.
You think they get past the Sixers?
I didn't think so, but winning game 1 and now with this Joel Embiid injury, I don't know. Embiid played today. He played good. This is supposed to be like a career-ending thing. Ben Simmons played good. How did they win? I got a lot of faith in the Hawks, man. As of right now, I'm just gonna throw it on the Hawks. I'm gonna feel they're gonna go to the East Finals. They're gonna go to the East Finals, and they're just gonna get stomped by either the Bucks or the Nets. But go Hawks, man! That's a cool story. I'm all about it.
Oh man! All right, Hawks to the finals, getting stoned. Over in the West, we talked a little bit about Clippers, Jazz coming up, and Suns and Nuggets.
With.
Oh man, freezing up a little bit there, man.
Yeah, what series do you want to start with?
Let's talk Clippers, Jazz. How you
Clippers,
feeling?
Jazz. Speaking of that, Clippers just won Game 7 today. They look pretty good today. Their series as a whole with the Mavericks, A little weird. Today was the first day that the home team won a game and went 7 games.
Yeah.
And they're about to play the Jazz. Um, I feel if the Clippers win this series, they're going to be in the NBA Finals. Then I feel like they're a very big team in limbo. They don't know who they are, they don't know what they are, but they're scrapping and fighting. And they don't have the bones or the confidence yet because it's the first round. It's the first round. What does that mean? Cool. We won the first round of the playoffs, Yeah, I mean, like, that builds some momentum, but, like, really? You're the Clippers, Hang that banner up. How many times? Sweet, man. We got that we made it out of the first round of the playoffs banner. Like, it's not a real thing. Maybe out of the second, I feel like they can get ahead of steam, but you're playing number 1 seed in the Jazz, who spent a large majority of that season without Donovan Mitchell. And Mitch is just getting back to Spida. I'm a big Spida fan. Rudy Gobert, Mike Conley. This team never gets talked about. They never get love. If they can find a way to put up with about getting the appreciation and shove the Clippers into the ground, it's Jazz time.
How far can they go? The Jazz.
The Jazz or the Clippers?
The Jazz.
They win it all. They're number 1 seed for a reason, man. Why not? I'm not, They're great. I would love to see them go. If I were to pick day one, these two teams haven't actually met yet. They're behind in the NBA playoffs because they haven't played a game 1 yet. The Clippers played today. The Clippers, they went game 7. They had a fight to beat the Jazz, or not the Jazz, to beat the Mavs. They had a hard time controlling one guy. Everybody else on that team doesn't even exist. Now you got to play the Jazz. This is the number 1 team for a reason. It's more than just Luka Doncic. You got Mike Conley. You got Donovan Mitchell. You got Joe Ingles. Ooh, good luck. I've seen the Clippers play defense, and it's not good. So I'm gonna go with the Jazz.
Oh man!
6. If I'm gonna make a prediction, I'm gonna go Jazz in 6. Jazz in 6.
Moving on, we got the Nuggets over Portland and Phoenix over Los Angeles Lakers.
I'll go with that Nuggets over Portland. That was one of the series I wish I would have paid more attention to. Actually watch the games, paid plenty of attention, but actually sit down and watch because those were battles. Game Lillard, man. But Nuggets came out without Jamal Murray. Jokic, who's now clearly looking like the MVP, well deserved. I don't think we've seen anything like Jokic in the history of the NBA. I love it. Big fan. I don't feel the Nuggets got enough. Without Murray in the second round, I see him going down. The Suns are a 2 seed. They just beat the defending champs. I know I'm going to get the flack because I'm a Laker guy. LeBron, AD, also known as Anthony Day-to-Day Davis, as there's plenty of different nicknames. They're a 2 seed for a reason, man. They got Chris Paul, big time leader. I gave them a little flack because they had 3 of their starters, that never played a playoff game, and Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton. They showed up. There's nothing else to be said. They showed up, took care of business. Clear cut, plain and simple, man. They took it to the Lakers. They weren't afraid. They've got a lot of momentum going on right now. I see the Suns winning that series.
Yeah. Excellent. We should be able to touch in before the conference finals, I would imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Next week. Perfect.
We've got plenty of time. We'll probably be
halfway through the semis.
Series.
I think you said halfway through
absolutely.
the semis. He's glitching out. All right. So we'll touch back then. See if those predictions come true. Next up, we got our NBA Dream Teams, and we are bringing on Trev. What is up, man?
How we doing, gentlemen?
I'm doing excellent. We're gonna be
Awesome.
throwing
Happy to be
down.
here.
Oh, we appreciate you being here. It's always good to have some guests, especially someone who knows a little NHL. Gonna bring some excellent info there about the MVP and some of the playoff talks. But before we do that, we're gonna do a little NBA Dream Team. This is your starting 5 all time, and we're just gonna lay it down and see whose team is the best. So, Chance, you want to start us off?
Yeah, we might as well start off with the best one. I'm definitely laying off Magic number 1 right at the point guard position. Like, if you're not picking Magic, what are you doing, man? Like, come on, this is the greatest point guard of all time. All time.
Definitely.
I'm also playing, for me, I'm playing a little positionless basketball. I don't care who's shooting guard or small forward. They're the same, to each their own. I'm going with the greatest of all time. And whether that's the greatest of all time and the greatest of all remix of all time, I'm going Kobe and MJ. I just want them both in my backcourt. I want the winners. I want the winners. I want the dogs. The guys that know how to, they'll D up anybody. You know, I asked Kobe to go play power forward. He'll play power forward. I asked Kobe to go guard a power forward. He'll go guard a power forward. I asked MJ to shut down a point guard. He'll shut him down. Man, these guys are the 2 greatest players of all time, in my opinion. Defend it. Try and go up against it. Do it. I dare you. So I'm going with those 2. That's my backcourt right next to Magic. Power forward, I'm going with LeBron. I just feel he's like an incredibly selfless player. A guy that can also the game playing maybe only shooting 8 shots and then getting 8 assists. He's there to win. He'll affect the games in many ways rather than just scoring. And I've got I have my scorers in Kobe and Michael. And then at the center spot, I got the big bully, the other 12 different nicknames that this guy's earned his whole entire career, and Shaq Daddy Diesel. I don't think I've ever seen a more dominant, you can't touch me, and if you do, you're going to be flown to the 3rd floor of the stands player, and Shaquille O'Neal. Go up against this, man. I really love this as my dream team personally, because the guy I got bringing the ball up the court is Magic Johnson, and he's okay with not scoring. And all these other guys are scorers, other than LeBron. These guys are scorers. I feel like Magic would dictate the tempo and deciding who needs the ball when and where. I just feel like this team is fierce. The only question I personally would feel I have about my team is maybe 3-point shooting. I feel like this would possibly be a struggle if we needed it, specifically in today's game, where 3-point is so prevalent. I might run into a problem there, but guard it. Play against this team. This could be an all-defensive team, man. This could be an all-pro defensive team, too. Maybe not Magic, but whatever. Guard that 6'8" point guard. Get out there. Let's see it.
Oh, man. All right. Well, Trev, I know you got a lineup that can beat Chance. C-Loke here.
Oh, man. Come on, man.
Who you got, man?
You think we're...
C-Web? You got
who do we got here? No C-Web. First 2, I got Michael at point and Kobe at shooting guard. Yeah, you can flip flop those either way.
Yeah.
They don't need much explanation there. 2 best players in my opinion, I guess, from what I know. Small forward, I guess you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't this guy like the best scorer in NBA history, like all around? No? Kevin Durant, maybe? No?
Efficient, man.
No one with me?
The guy knows how to put the ball in the bucket.
Maybe I stand corrected.
I can't disagree.
Yeah, right? I mean, he's a 7-foot best shooter in the league at times, and he can score from anywhere. You can put the best defender on him; he's always getting his shot. So
and clutch.
and he's a gamer too. He doesn't care what people think. He's a gamer. He takes it personally. He wants to be the best. So gotta love that. Power forward, yeah, the epitome of gamer, KG. I feel like he'd be a good playoff hockey player. He's the beast. He's a competitor. So, gotta love having those guys on your team. And then, yeah, Shaq. He's the most dominant NBA player. You could say when he decides to go. And I feel like with all these other guys in the squad, they would make him go. So I think I would eat up Chance's team over there for sure.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
I'm looking
I
at
don't
this.
think LeBron is going to be willing to play the role that you need him to play there, Chance.
Gonna be some trouble there. Kevin Garnett on LeBron, and then Durant and Kobe. Durant over LeBron is what Aimless Gaming's saying.
Why does everybody
There we
get
go.
like, I get
Is he
the
not
scoring.
is that really a hot take that he's one of the best scorers ever? I thought that was like
Durant?
accepted. Yeah.
Yeah,
He doesn't have the most
absolutely.
points,
He's one of the
but
greatest scorers ever. I mean, he's a 6'10" Kobe. That's cool. That's great, and it's really great. But
okay, say no more.
Mr.
Take
Front
him.
Runner,
6'10"
I don't
Kobe.
need no Durant. I got no love for Durant, and I never will.
We'll see in the Western Conference Finals this year when he starts draining some stuff from his little logo spot or whatever he likes to shoot from back there.
Durant is in the East now. He's playing with the Nets. He typically likes to play with a team that's got at least like 3 other MVPs on it. So he's in the East now.
Still likes to be the best one on the team. I don't know.
I don't know.
Although
If he's
it's
not
been
the
interesting
best.
this year.
I know, not Durant. I'm not Durant better. I can't do it. Durant, you got him at power forward, right? Yeah. Oh no, small. Okay. Man, okay, I got either Kobe or Michael on him. Come on, man. You cannot tell me Kobe or Michael ain't gonna be like, yo, KD, I'm gonna body your little scrawny ass up. Get out of here, man.
Kobe's guarding Kobe, that's for sure.
So that might be a wash.
I don't know.
My Kobe is probably better. Are we going 8? Whose Kobe is Kobe? Do I got the 8 Kobe or you got the 24 Kobe?
You gotta pick a year.
I want 8. I want 8.
You want 8? I'm on 24. I want
8.
Yours is an angrier, more aggressive Kobe, and I love that Kobe. But
I'll show you guys how to make it.
With
I
Shaq.
want the vet. Give me the vet.
Hey, I got the one with Shaq. I got the 8 Shaq combo.
Oof. What's your 5? This is gonna be embarrassing. I can't even wait to see this.
Hey, I had some help from Gage, so he's coming down with me. Allen Iverson, the answer.
Not my pick.
That's the wrong answer. Go on.
That's my personal pick. I don't know what you're talking about. He's gonna tear it up, which is gonna have your defense imploding. And then I got Dominique Wilkins. Gage helped me out with that. That's a human highlight reel. Good to go.
This sounds like the Clippers.
Michael Jordan, which is gonna annul your guys's. It's gonna nullify your guys' Michael Jordans. Got
You
Chuck.
got the better Michael.
It was hard pick between.
God.
It was a hard pick between Charles Barkley and Dennis Rodman. Maybe Meta World Peace.
Which I thought you were a Bucks fan. You're not going to give Giannis any love.
Oh my God, I got talked out of that too.
You
And Chef, I would have stomped you. I think if I would have kept in Giannis and Chef. And Bill Russell. And so we have an impenetrable wall between Charles Barkley and Bill Russell. Me and Gage coaching, obviously. And then some scorers, some people cold-blooded. Michael Jordan and Allen Iverson. You're not going to mess with these guys. Allen Iverson's going to step over you guys.
Dude, Iverson's like 6'1". Trev has Michael Jordan as his point guard, who's 6'6". I got Magic as mine, who's like 6'9". Iverson ain't stepping over nothing. He's gonna need a step stool to get over this. Are you kidding me, dude? Little Shorty, picking little Shorty. Get out of here, dude. He's gonna be the most bullied player.
Gage, this is the last time you help me with this stuff.
I don't know, man. I think we might have to load this up on 2K someday and make this a roster and make this happen. Then we'll really see.
That's a bet.
Well, Shaq would abuse Bill Russell within the first quarter. He'd be out.
It's not fair. They don't even make it realistic. They're just like, yeah, they're old, so dude, you had like 30 frames per second. That's why everybody looks slow as shit. It's not their fault.
I guess it's not your fault that you picked a guy that can't keep up with Shaq. Are you kidding me, dude? That's not our fault. That's not the frames per second fault. That's your pick, dude.
No, he's. Oh my gosh, you guys don't even know.
Bill Russell is 6'8". My point guard is 6'9".
Bill Russell guarded Will
point guard
Chamberlain,
won
didn't
a
he?
championship as a rookie playing center. Dude, get it. Bill Russell 6'8". I get it.
He's
But
got
no.
7-footers his whole career.
Yeah, sure. At the beginning of the NBA, when guys learn how to dribble a ball.
Yeah, think if he lived now.
Shaq doesn't even dribble, so there you go.
19 right now.
I can find some. I can send you some highlights of Shaq bringing up from the rebound to all the way to the cup, and people are like, "Yeah, I really don't want a part of that," and they just veer.
Yeah, but
It's like,
Bill Russell does. Bill Russell wants all of it.
Aimless Gaming is pissed, dude.
Bill Russell would be if you put Bill Russell in this series, Bill Russell would be the equivalent of Draymond Green, and I'm a big Draymond Green fan.
There you
but
go.
He's gonna be the guy kicking and tripping and punching and twisting titties.
That's right.
No, dude. He cannot keep up with the physicality.
How do you think LeBron's gonna deal with that?
Huh? He might tweet about it. I don't know. He might tweet. I don't know. Might make a movie. I don't know.
They don't have to win in today's game. Oh my gosh. They just have to beat each other.
Hey, Chance, I have a question for you.
Yeah, what's up?
Not wrong.
LeBron's post-game interview, the Toon Squad thing. Doesn't that not drive you crazy?
Am I what?
Does that not drive you crazy? Didn't that annoy you?
About what he planned to do on the off season?
Yeah.
No. No, it didn't. But either playing for the Toon Squad or the Olympic team?
Yeah, I just I don't know. It threw me off how he was just in the post game. That was what he was talking about was the Toon Squad. I mean, who really cares? I'm thinking about the rest of the team. Like they don't care about the Toon Squad. Yeah, I don't know. I just figured Lakers fans would be bothered by that.
That's a good question. Kind of. Now that you bring it up, maybe a little bit more kind of, honestly, because what's fresh right now? You just lost a series, game, or run one. You should be talking about what just happened. So I feel. I feel like it's kind of like a passive-aggressive way of just dismissing of what just happened. I feel like it's not something he was ready to handle with, and I truly do. I'm not the biggest LeBron guy. Let's get this clear. I'm a Laker fan, but I feel like it was kind of just a way of he cannot handle. Sometimes I feel how to answer questions in the moment, and I feel like his way of
that's fair.
Clearly a way of I feel like deflecting of what just happening on his first round exit.
Yeah.
But I wasn't very his way of the question was asked, are you going to play for Team USA or whatever? I'm going to play for Toon Squad. Cool, man. That's great. This movie's actually already made. So if you're not going to play for Team USA, whatever. If you're not Stay away from that. I don't think he should play for Team USA. There's plenty of athletes out there to go do it anymore. But I don't know. He's I've always not been a big fan of the way he handles the media to an extent. He is also
That's fair.
like he's in year like 17 or something. And he's just always dogged. You know, Kobe and Michael weren't dogged like that. They got respect. And LeBron just went out other than this year now, 9 out of 10 NBA finals, 14-0. First round. Michael's had first round exits. Kobe's had first round exits. I feel like the modern day social media, he's just the easiest target out there. And I get it because I feel he brings on the smoke. He really does. He's not very good in the media. But now could have handled it better. We'll move on, but definitely could have handled it better. I'm not very proud of it.
No, that's fair.
Definitely. So, just for fun, we got Aimless Gaming. He put out his top 5. Curry.
What we got?
Curry, T-Mac, Durant, Duncan, and Shaq. It's like all big guys.
No,
And Curry.
no.
No?
Yeah, I'm honestly, going into the second, I'm kind of surprised. There was not that I'm surprised knowing you guys, but Duncan sometimes gets brought up. What's your guys' thoughts on Duncan?
I think he probably gets brought up as much as any power forward.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like he gets dogged.
He's got 4 rings.
Yeah.
He's
Absolutely.
he's
Doesn't he have
so
4?
chill. He doesn't like, I don't know, when I think like about players, I usually just think about like, you know, killer mentality. I don't know. I was trying to I got your list too first, so I switched it up a little bit. Otherwise, we'd have probably had some pretty similar lists. I mean, how can you not have like Kobe too? It's just and Michael, AI, they have that, you know, killer mentality where I think Duncan is just so relaxed, kind of, at least,
He
you know.
doesn't jump off the screen at you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like where
Maybe-
that
He just does the little things
absolutely,
right.
where you see KG screaming at you. You see KG,
Right.
and I'm all about it. Absolutely, KG's got 1 ring, but I'm all about KG getting up there. Somebody gets knocked on the floor, KG's up in your face, shoving you, and you don't see nothing like that from Timmy. But Timmy's got 4 rings.
When you talk about Spurs,
Mr.
you talk about pop more
Mr.
than anything.
Boring fundamental. You know, like he's very hard to deny. He really is.
He did it with Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili. Very respectable, but they're not on anyone's top 5.
No. So I have a hard time putting Timmy there, but also I'm a Laker fan, so that's probably why. But the older I got, and the more appreciative of just the game in general, the more I really gained respect for Timmy. He's so boring, but he was just always there and got it done. It sucks. I hate him. But he got it done, man. I mean, like, what are you supposed to do? I kind of feel like I'm at that point now with in football with Tom Brady, and this is another discussion for another day. But winning is winning, man. I don't know. I hate it. He did it with another team. First year 1. Like, right.
Winning is winning.
How many? Dude, I hate it.
How many did Bill Russell have, bro?
Like 10.
Yeah.
Like 10. He also won like 1 or 2 as a coach.
Well, there you go. Winning's winning, bro.
Winning is winning. Absolutely. There's no other way to back anything up other than winning. And if you win, you win. Like, talk shit all you want. You won.
Winning is winning, confirmed.
Confirmed. That is fact. Undeniable truth. All right. So next up, we are moving on to the NHL playoffs. We got Trev here, our NHL special guest. We appreciate you being here to talk it out. I'm gonna bring up the bracket here in a second. What do we got going on in the playoffs?
Yeah, we're about halfway through the second round here. Actually, yeah, we're almost at the exact halfway point through the second round. First round, the same as every year, lot of parity, things that people don't necessarily expect happen. 2 out of the 4 1 seeds got beat. So if we look in the North Division, kind of one of the biggest stories for me was Toronto getting beat. They were the top seed, and Montreal, just a young team that, if you look at their roster, their top guys are Nick Suzuki, Tyler Toffoli, Josh Anderson. These guys that they're not big name guys. Not a lot of people know who they are. And then you look at Toronto, and a lot of people had them as a cup favorite as well moving into the year, and they were up 3-1 on Montreal, and they ended up blowing that series and losing in a game 7. They have now went, I think, 17 years without getting out of the first round. So yeah, there's some it's going to be a fun summer listening to Toronto media explaining what they should do with their team. Toronto hockey media is like New York sports. The Toronto hockey media it's the biggest hockey market in the entire world. So they have very passionate fans as well. Also, the second biggest surprise for me is in that same division, the North Division, Edmonton. They have the who's going to win the Hart Trophy, best player in the world, Connor McDavid, on their team, and they got swept by Winnipeg. Edmonton was the 2 seed. Winnipeg came in as a 3 seed, and they sweep the Edmonton Oilers with the best player in the world. So I know you were kind of mentioning you don't see stuff like that happen in other sports, and it was kind of interesting because the whole season was McDavid's quest for 100 points in 56 games. You saw Connor McDavid and the Edmonton Oilers and really the league just pushing. So the last 20 games, McDavid is just, they're in the playoffs. They're not going to move seeds, and he's going all out every night to reach this 100-point plateau. And then he gets to the playoffs, and they're gassed. He actually had 4 points in 4 games. He was -2, and Winnipeg just really beat him up. It really wasn't even a series. They walked right through him. So Winnipeg and Montreal are playing right now, and actually Montreal won again. I think that was today, and they're up 3-0. Again, just out of nowhere, this Montreal team they got all the momentum in the world, and they also have Carey Price, been probably the last decade considered the best goalie in the league for a lot of that time. Kind of had some down years, but anyone in hockey knows that when it comes to playoffs, goaltending, and more than any other sport, goaltending can just completely take over a series. So, yeah, I mean, it's pretty far-fetched to see anyone but Montreal coming out of that at this point. But if we look over to the bottom side of the left side, first series, Colorado. If you guys aren't watching NHL, watch Colorado play. They are insane. This is your super team along with Tampa, but yeah, I haven't seen a team like this play hockey the way they do. It's unbelievable, the firepower that they have. They walked through St. Louis, they swept them. Vegas and Minnesota. What's that?
Let's say you were talking about Colorado. I kind of had a question. A couple of years ago, I went and watched an Avalanche game out in person. It was great. It was actually an incredible game, and a little, I don't even call it research, but just paying attention a little bit the last week and a half, or just since playoffs started. Nate McKinnon. Apparently, this guy is on like one of the what I've read, haven't watched, is McKinnon is on one of the best playoff runs.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. This guy is
Up there,
to a lot of people, including. Oh, sorry, you cut out there. No, you're not wrong. He's on a run, and he's the type of player that excels in the playoffs because this guy they call him Nate Dogg. He's a dog. He's a prick. He's not someone fun to play against, especially in the playoffs. So it was funny. Like I said, there's a lot of people, me included, because McDavid is the consensus like number one best player in the world, but there's a lot of people say McKinnon is right there. You could argue that he is the best player, and it was kind of funny to see that talk picked up this year, and then me personally thinking, okay, McDavid's like, hey, watch this. Now I'm gonna go put up 105 points, but then playoffs, hey, dog is ready to go. We'll go watch a Colorado game. Vegas actually just tied it up this tonight, 2-2, which was insane. They actually, I didn't get to watch it, just bits and pieces, but it looked like they actually rolled through Colorado. So I would expect them to, going back to Colorado now, make a point to watch that Colorado Vegas game. It's insane the pace that those teams play at. Ironically enough, too, those Marc-Andre Fleury, the goaltender for the Knights, and
He's still there.
Grubauer, yeah, he's a finalist for the Vezina. So him and Grubauer, the Avalanche goalie, they're two of the finalists for the Vezina Trophy as the top goaltender in the league. So you have these two high-powered teams that like some of the best forwards in the league. They run, they hit, they play physical, and then they got two of the best goalies in the league. It's some of the best hockey you can watch. Yeah, Vegas, Minnesota took them to 7 games in the first series. So I know there's probably Wild fans in this area, and it was exciting for the Wild to take them to 7. I don't think a lot of people saw that. They got outplayed big time in that series. Cam Talbot really kept them into it, kept them in the game or in the series. But some exciting things for Minnesota there. They have a kid, Kirill Kaprizov, they came over from Russia. I think he's gonna win the Calder Trophy this year, Rookie of the Year, even though he's 26 years old. But he's gonna win the Calder Trophy more than likely. And yeah, this kid's fun to watch. He's gonna be a superstar in the league. There's some pretty funny stories about him. He seems like a pretty good locker room guy, and the guys around the organization like him. So some fun things to look forward to for Minnesota guys there. Yeah, we look over to the other side of the bracket. Pittsburgh, the other 1 seed that got beat. New York Islanders, the complete opposite of the Colorado Avalanche. This is the most boring team to watch, but I love it. They play hockey the right way. They're coached very well. They roll lines. They're doing this without their captain, Anders Lee, Minnesota kid that got hurt. He's out the whole playoffs here, but they're just amazing to watch. They're so disciplined. They just do all the right things. They hit you in the mouth. They're just, and it's so boring to watch, but they get it done year in and year out. Boston ran through Washington the first round. Boston is my most hated team, but just talk about how to run an organization. I mean, these guys are there every single year, and it's because they have some of the top players in the league that have just completely bought in, and they take team-friendly deals, and they're there every year. They're full of superstars.
Is Boston Is Boston just? I hate everything to do with Boston.
I hate them.
But are they just like baseball? Are they just like basketball, where it's just? Man, if I lived in Boston, I'd so embrace all of it. But are they just so cliche? The same thing in hockey, or as it is in basketball, as it is in football, and they just. Is it just the culture there where just everything clicks and just they're always there, even if they don't win it, but they're always there? Is that the thing with hockey too?
Yeah, and it for sure is. It's definitely a culture. Their guys have bought in. They have their original 6 team. They're a proud franchise. Their hockey is huge in Massachusetts, so there are Bruins fanatics. They expect their teams to be good, and yeah, you know exactly what you're getting from the Boston Bruins. You're going to go in there. They're going to beat you up. They're going to play you hard, and they got star power behind it. So they're always going to be there. As much as I hate to see it, but their series is 2-2 with the Islanders right now. And it's a battle. That is just a absolute slugfest. Those teams are going to beat each other up pretty bad. Bottom side of that bracket, probably the least interesting from the first round. Carolina and Nashville. Carolina was huge favorites. They ended up going to 6 games. They beat them 4-2. Nashville put up a pretty good fight. Carolina is like some people's cup team. They came out of nowhere. Obviously, it's a small market team. No one knows anything about them. No one probably knows one person on their team, but they have some studs and they're deep. They got forwards. They got D. The one thing that's holding them back right now is their goaltending. They got a rookie that's been in the net and having some troubles. They've been their backup, I guess, played the last game. What are they? I think their series with they're down 3-1 right now to Tampa. Tampa's the defending Cup champs. They are rolling right now. They really seem like a veteran team. They actually, like, their best player, Nikita Kucherov, did not play one regular season game this year. He was injured, so he was on LTIR, and he came back in the playoffs. He is leading the NHL playoffs right now in points. They got Victor Hedman on the back end as a defenseman. I'm guessing he's going to win the Norris Trophy, which goes out to the league's best defenseman. I believe he won, or no, Yossi won it last year, but he's been in the running forever. He's just an absolute dominant player. You watch one Tampa Bay game, you'll see Hedman right away. He's just big, fast, just looks like a man playing with a bunch of children. And then they also got their goalie, Andrei Vasilevsky, is up for the Vezina Trophy as well as the best goaltender in the league. So it's hard to pick against Tampa. They're top dogs. They won it last year. I see it being Colorado and Tampa in the Cup Finals, and that would be some very entertaining hockey.
Can I ask a question on that second round series with New York and Boston? I don't know any of the guys that are in that series, but I know how sports go. Yankees, Red Sox, Boston, Knicks. I mean, they're just big time, passionate sports fans. And these guys fighting each other in the stands are like, how big is this for these sports franchises? I don't know if the struggles, if they're, I know Boston just seems to never freaking struggle. New York and the other professional franchises have struggled, but like, what is this like going through for these two franchises now, neighbor to neighbor, battling it out? Like, how's that going? Or is it really heated, or is it just another day?
Might have froze up a little bit there.
Yeah, I don't know if I cut out or what's going on here, but
No, I got the first part. It is. It's 100% that, and the fans embrace it. You got Long Island fans. A lot of people don't know the Islanders were dominant in the 80s. They won 4 cups. Like, they were dominant, and their teams would beat the snot out of other teams. That's what it was. And the last game was the same thing. There was a few fights. Taylor Hall actually fought former MVP. So you're getting superstars that are dropping the gloves, and it's 100% that it's playoff hockey, and those teams embrace it. The fans embrace it. It's great. It's definitely still like that.
Yeah, I kind of had a feeling, not even knowing any of these guys on the teams, understanding hockey as well as like you drop the gloves and the city to city, like we're neighbors. Like in every sport, Boston, New York, and I feel like New York's kind of been in a downturn in all of them, and Boston's just kind of been steady. So, it's cool. It's cool. I think that's great to see. Like, go New York.
It is. It's a fun series. It's a fun series to watch. Yeah, I'm all with Islanders. I hope they win big time.
Definitely. So, you got any bold predictions for these series then?
Like, I would be very surprised if Vegas tied up that series 2-2. I mean, just as a hockey fan, I'd love to see it go in 7, but um, I cannot pick anyone but Colorado and Tampa to get to the Stanley Cup. Um, I think Colorado's going to do it. I just love their style of play, and they have the star power that Tampa has. They're probably the only team that can match them like that. And I think they're ready to go. They get the goaltending from Grubauer, which I think they have been. Um, yeah, I think which I hate to say as a Red Wings fan too. But Colorado's fun to watch. I
You
root for
can't
Nate
like
Dogg,
you
and
cannot like Colorado as a Red Wings fan.
no, I no, but they're a blast to watch, and
Yeah.
yeah, I see them taking down Tampa in the Cup.
So like that game I went to the other year, I watched. I want to say Colorado, and like I'm not the hockey guy, but I'm a sports fan, and like $15 a ticket to go watch a professional sports game, sign me up. I don't care where I'm sitting.
Right.
And I watched Colorado play. I want to say it was San Jose, I think, and Colorado was down. It would have been definitely 2 years ago. Last year was COVID year. It was the year before. Colorado was down to. I mean, I really personally, I've always heard about hockey. Like it's you got to score 2 goals. Like it takes a long time to score 2 goals, but then it doesn't, and they just put up 2 just like that. And Colorado tied it up, and they were right back from Nate McKinnon. Nate McKinnon put up 2 just on his own, and went 5-5. And I don't know, like I don't know a lot about hockey, but I just watching McKinnon in that game, I knew like, and this guy is good. Like I needed to watch, and
Yeah.
I needed to watch him and like follow this guy more. I have so many other sports that I love to follow and watch, but man, he was good. He was so fun to watch, and he just seemed. I don't know the player, but in that game that I watched as I don't know if you want to call me a bystander, but just to watch how composed and just, there's 2 minutes left. I need 2 goals. 1 goal a minute. No, I got it. And he did it. And he took it to OT.
Yeah.
And he was very. I also felt like he felt like you were talking about Connor McDavid earlier, like he felt like he was a very slighted guy. Like, you're not giving me to talk about my name. And I don't know. I was very impressed with Nate McKinnon. Like, as a basketball fan, I'm a basketball guy. I felt he had that edge up, that chip on his shoulder. I was very impressed with him.
Yeah, the first time when I realized how great of a player he was, it's probably 6 or 7 years ago. I watched the Avalanche play the Red Wings in Detroit. We went there, and I'm excited to see Datsuk and Zetterberg and a couple other Red Wings guys. And I knew McKinnon was on the Avs, and they had a couple other really good guys at that point. But it wasn't 10 minutes into the game, and you knew that this kid was the best player on the ice. It's that obvious. He's that much faster. He's that much stronger. Yeah, it doesn't take very much hockey to watch, very long to realize that he's better than everyone else. And he ended up scoring in the 8th round of the shootout to beat the Wings that night. So I got a really, really close up experience of it.
Yeah, that's how I felt. Like for me, I don't watch hockey that much, and I just went out and watched that game in live form, which is like the greatest form of watching any kind of sports, even if it's a sport you don't know anything about. And this guy just seemed like the guy, and I thought it was really cool to watch somebody stand out. So yeah, I mean, I've kind of taken a intrigue in the Avalanche the last couple of years, just specifically mainly
it's pretty cool. Him and Crosby have a really close relationship. They're from like the same area. They train together all year, and so McKinnon's like, that's kind of like his role model, and obviously it's working out well for him.
Yeah, hell yeah, for sure.
All right.
Heck yeah.
So we got our NHL playoff predictions in there. Talking about the Avalanche quite a bit there. We'll see how that turns out. Next up, we got our NHL MVP talk. So, sounds like it's a pretty
Yeah, I
clear-cut
think.
race. Who we got?
Yeah, this one there's really no talk. It's McDavid. I mean, the guy just put up 105 points in 56 games. Um, he had 33 goals and 72 assists. So if he would have not scored a goal this year, he still would have had the most points in the league. He's dominant.
Explain that. Explain. Go back and explain that.
Yeah, so if he had, like I said, he had 105 points. I think the guy in second had like 69 points, and McDavid had 72 assists. So if he wouldn't have scored a goal all year, he still would have had more points than anyone in the league.
What constitutes
Just
a point? I feel maybe
point is either a goal or assist.
Okay.
Point is either a goal or assist. Yeah. So yeah, there's really no talk there. One note that I will say that's pretty cool is Austin Matthews. He won the Rocket Richard, which is the award for the most goals in a season, and is first American-born player to do that since 1997. That was Keith Tkachuk. So his boy Keith Tkachuk, Brady, and Matt, both his sons are played in the same division as Austin Matthews. So as a USA hockey fanatic, I love seeing Austin Matthews take that award for the first time in 24 years. It's pretty cool seeing. So yeah, other than that, Vezina, I think it's going to be Vasilevsky for Tampa Bay. I think he's due for it. Yeah, the Norris Trophy for the defenseman, I think I touched on it earlier. Hedman is probably the front runner, but Cale Makar, he's a second-year defenseman. He plays on the Avalanche. You'll notice him right away too. He just won the Hobey Baker 2 years ago, best college player, and yeah, he's got a bunch of Norris trophies in his future. The other finalist for that is actually another rookie defenseman for the Rangers, Adam Fox. Another fun kid to watch, but some young kids that are coming up. One of the other guys that got mentioned in the Hart conversation MVP talk this year was Patrick Kane, which was kind of out of left field. He's obviously older in the black. The Blackhawks were supposed to be way out of it. They didn't get in the playoffs, but they were better than expected, and Kane had a really good stretch there. But yeah, this was McDavid's all the way. There's no question about it.
McDavid, like before our chat started or whatever, I've seen plenty of highlights of this guy. The guy is like, honest to God, looks like a human highlight reel. Like he just controls everything. He just like a man among men. And when I watched highlights of him from a buddy, a coworker that showed me plenty of highlights. Like I got more highlights than I even needed to see. Wanted to look him up. I'm like, dude, this guy's at least 6'7", 240. And he's a bigger guy. He is. He ain't no 6'7", 240. He was like 6'3", 2 something. Still a bigger guy.
Yeah.
But
he's not huge, but
he just like he's faster than everybody. He's stronger than everybody, and he's in control of everything. And it was just like, whoa! The way that I watched him play was that I seen in highlights. Obviously, highlights. We're gonna show your best stuff. He just looks a man among men. I mean,
you've probably seen one game of his. I mean, every game is like that. Every time he's on the ice, it's highlight reel.
He's just in control.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, the reason is he's the best skater to ever play the game of hockey. He is hands down the best skater. I don't think anyone is denying that, and that's what makes him so great.
Oh man, I don't know if I'm even correct here. The first year the NHL started doing like that 3-on-3 All-Star game or something like that. That was the first year I feel like I ever heard of McKinnon's name. not McKinnon.
McDavid.
McDavid's name is, this guy's so fast. He's so this, he's so that. Maybe I'm wrong, but that was the first time I know I ever heard of his name when they had that All-Star game and it was like the 3-on-3 thing they were doing. Just all I heard was this guy is just nothing. He's just insanely talented.
He's been on the scene since he was 14 years old. He was when he was 14, he was going to be the number one pick his draft year. There was never a doubt. It was the McDavid sweepstakes.
Yeah. Another thing, since we're on this MVP talk and you brought it up earlier, the players vote on who's the MVP, huh?
So there's a separate award actually. It's called the Ted Lindsay Award, and that's the best player in the league as voted on. The MVP as voted on by the players. So it's actually a separate award. But yeah, the finalists for that one are obviously McDavid, and then Austin Matthews is in it, and then Sidney Crosby again. So yeah, it's pretty cool. If you ask the players, that Ted Lindsay Award will mean more to them than the Hart Trophy. So
oh yeah,
the Hart Trophy is what's talked about, and but yeah, obviously the players seem to carry, or it holds a lot more weight. The other guys, their peers that are saying it more than the media or whoever picks it, the experts.
how long have they done that?
I don't know. I think they've been doing it for 20 years at least, but I honestly have no idea. I think there's a few of these that haven't been going on for that long. I'm not 100% sure. It is pretty cool though. It's kind of weird that they don't do that in other leagues.
I feel like they should. I feel like the most prideful thing, and not just AHL, NBA, NFL, is not hearing some sports writer tell you they're best in the league.
Right.
Because sometimes I feel like some situations arise where it's maybe, I don't know,
Bias,
LeBron James, for example. I mean, I don't want to get on this LeBron wagon, but I mean, sometimes there's some years, and Kobe Bryant, for example, we'll get back into that. Like when Steve Nash won 2 of them. I mean,
T.O. in the Hall of Fame.
Writers, they get to they just kind of pick the better story, but the players are the ones who know who is the most valuable. I feel like that just weighs so much more weight. I feel like that is the way that award should go. And kudos to the NHL and hockey for, that's what I'll say. I feel like that is the way the most valuable player should be handled, is the one that's called and comes from the players. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I think there'd be a lot of people that agree with you.
Just in any sport. I mean, how many, I feel like we would have so many other MVPs that would go different. I could think of so many off the top of my head in just the NFL and the NBA that would have not been called the way they were if they were voted on the players. The ones that played against that guy, they just torched them. I've seen it. It doesn't mean the story, the cool story, or the guy that's the good guy, and he didn't win it the last year, or he's already won it 3 years in a row. He probably won it 3 years in a row because he was the best freaking player you could not stop and defend in any sport. I think it should come from the players. I think that's one of the coolest things sports, every professional, NBA, NHL, MLB, NFL should really get behind. It should come from the players. They're the ones that see it, man, not some guy that's writing a paper.
Right, for sure. Yeah, I don't think it's a surprise that they take more pride in that award.
Yeah, I would if I won an MVP and I won the paper award, coming from the guys that write papers, sweet, I'd be pretty stoked about it. But I would way much rather hear it from my peers. The guys that are out, I'm fighting against, I'm going to war with. I think I would want that one.
For sure.
Next up, we got Julio Jones gets traded, and he's headed on over to Tennessee to hang with the Titans. How you feeling on this move? Ooh, not swell, huh?
Oh,
And why is that? Are you talking from the Falcons' perspective, or from the Titans' perspective? You don't think it's going to get them over the hump, or
you want me to start?
go for it?
I'll start with the Falcons' perspective. If you're gonna make this move, why did you not make it before the draft? Like, you're punting on this season now, and why are you not punting before? Get more in the draft. Like, you're admitting you're in rebuild. Now you're gonna do it. Do it as soon as you can if you're gonna rebuild. But whatever. It's Atlanta. I feel like they've been punch drunk since their Super Bowl loss. So all right, keep it going.
Definitely.
As far as Tennessee, I feel like it's a good move for Tennessee. I still don't see them as Super Bowl contenders. You got to fill the defense. There's the other side of the ball. But to give it a second, I feel like when you take on a player of this caliber at this age, you're getting technically 3 years possibly, but I want to put it up as 2.5 because you're going to have to chalk up as half of that year of those 3 as injuries and missing games for such and such because there's an age factor. It's the NFL. I think it's a good move for Tennessee, but yeah, it doesn't change my opinion on Tennessee at all. Maybe now you for sure leave them in the division. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. You're not winning the Super Bowl, but cool, good for Julio. I guess you got out of Atlanta.
Yeah, I don't know if this puts him. I mean, it's a better position, I think, being Matt Ryan's. I don't know what Matt Ryan's going to be this year, and the Falcons have been kind of a mess lately. What do you think, Trev? Got some thoughts on this?
I mean, if I'm Julio Jones, I'm probably looking at one guy, Derrick Henry. It's probably going to make my life way easier. Uh, um, when like Julio didn't he have some record-breaking seasons with Atlanta, and that had to have been later. Well, it had to have been right around the time when they had that two-back system too, and who was it? Coleman and Freeman, they had huge years
Yep.
right around that same time. So Atlanta, they didn't have anything for the running game the last couple of years, right? And I don't think Julio's produced. So I'm looking at him, and he's probably thinking, okay, well, I'm probably gonna get a lot of single man looks. If these guys are gonna have any chance of us, they're gonna have to stack the box. And I got another big receiver on the other side of me, AJ Brown, that kind of plays the same style, I believe. So I'm thinking he's going to go over there and say, okay, well, I don't have to be the man. Maybe take a little bit of workload off. Let these other guys do some of the dirty work and yeah, be an asset to him. I don't know, is Tannehill same style as Matt Ryan? Kind of, kind of same style, I guess. Maybe a little more mobile, but um, did Julio have a lot of say in where he was going, or did he kind of handpick that spot?
From what I personally understood, is there was no trade clause, Julio, so he could have been shipped out to Detroit for all it mattered.
So he didn't have a lot of say.
No, this is the NFL. Like you never have say in anything, honestly.
Yeah.
Contracts
okay.
are different in the NFL than they are in the other sports.
Yeah.
I know he said that he wanted to go to a big arm. Okay,
If I'm Julio, there'd be way worse places to go. Seems like they got a pretty good culture there. I think that the guys play for their coach. They seem to believe what they got going on, so that's half the battle.
Mike Vrabel did say the other year that he would sell his left testicle for a Super Bowl. So yeah, their coach is very dedicated to their players and winning a Super Bowl.
There you go.
For me, if I'm Julio, I feel, and you don't get to pick where you play.
He's got that Bama connection with Henry too.
Tickets, I guess. Yeah, big time. I can't remember where AJ Brown went. AJ Brown is
like a smaller 10. Was he Tennessee? No, a small school. I have no idea.
Not 100% AJ Brown, but yeah, you were definitely correct on that Derrick Henry thing. Like, there was a big connection there, and I really don't get it. For me, if I'm Julio, like, yeah, I get it. You know, I get like, I feel we're a year away from watching Derrick Henry finally take them hits, and okay, like,
Yeah,
you
just
know,
like any other running back in the history.
just like any other running. Like, the guy's actually like earlier in his career he was nothing, and now he's the last 2 or 3 years he's actually been very, very good. Take that away from Henry because he's been very, very good. He's been in like MVP talks, but you're a running back. You're any given day away from who are you again? So
I
I
think
don't know. I feel like it's a very
as a
running back driven team, and I don't feel like running back driven teams are going to win Super Bowls. And you have no defense,
as a
so
I thought he had a chance of going to San Fran, honestly. I think if we wouldn't have made that move and gave all that draft capital up to move up for Trey Lance,
yeah,
it had to have been a possibility. I mean, his best years were with Shanahan.
no,
His
absolutely.
all-star years were with him. So, but I just don't know if we had the ability to make it happen, especially if it included if there was a first-round pick or whatever. Maybe it wasn't even close, or maybe they didn't have any interest. But
As a San Fran fan, making the moves that you guys did to get Trey Lance, do you feel like it would have been appropriate to make a move to go for Julio? You're getting a receiver that would have been 32, 33, however many years old he is, which is like he's Julio Jones, but to pair with a brand new young QB, which, yeah, in theory, yeah, that's obviously always great, but you're going to bring on a cap. You're just, how long does he have? You know, to give up some draft capital, do you think that would have been worth it?
um, no, I think I'm more on your uh, caution aside. Like, do we really need a 32-year-old receiver? And his prime years are past him.
Mm.
Probably not. Um, yeah, I'm more on the cautious side of that's where I'd have been thinking is do we really want to give up more draft capital? Like you said, if we would have if Jimmy was healthy and we knew we didn't have to worry about that, and we did go for a quarterback, and we still had it maybe to help him out. But no, I don't. It doesn't bother me at all that we didn't extend ourselves for that.
I 100% agree with that. If you had not used up those picks to get Trey and just doubled down on what you have, I feel that would have been actually a very, very great move.
Yeah,
Just to pair it with Kittle, I mean, oh, big fan, total man crush on that guy. Love him, big guy. I love the good tight ends in this league. That's where I played, and so like I always have a soft spot for the best tight ends in the league. But yeah, I feel like it would have been a dumb move to go get a Julio to pair with a young rookie quarterback. It might take him a year and a half to just equip everything, and hope the best for Trey and DSU represent. So
yeah,
yeah,
I'm with you there.
I think it was smart not to dive into that, just sell out. Like, as far as I feel like Shanahan and Lynch go, now we're like diving down way into not Julio, but I feel like those guys aren't going to lose their job tomorrow. You know, they can be patient and make moves for the future. You know, as they're compared to Chicago Bears, Ryan Pace and who's the head coach of Nagy. You got to do it now. You know, I don't feel like Shanahan and Lynch need to do it now. Like, they just went to the Super Bowl the other year. I think they got a longer leash, so I feel like it was a good move for them not to dive into that.
Yeah, I think you're 100% right. That probably had probably had the most to do with something like that, to not feel the pressure to make all the moves right now because it's win or go home for the Shanahan Lynch crew. Yeah, I can definitely see that.
Cool. Finishing it off, we got memorabilia fails. We're bringing on Gage for this one here. What up?
Shady Gage. Shady Gage.
So we Shady Gage. Speaking of shady, we all make some bad purchasing decisions and maybe buy some sports memorabilia that isn't all we think it's gonna be cut out to be in the end. So I know personally I've bought some stuff that I like. I got a Brett Favre rookie card, so hanging on to that bad boy. But yeah, I bought some stuff that might not have the same return on investment, and a lot of it being Eddie Lacy gear. I got the official Eddie Lacy jersey his rookie year before we even knew what was gonna be. He had that amazing rookie year. I was walking around with my Eddie Lacy jersey, looking like a genius, right? Like, yeah, I got this early.
Rookie of the year.
I know.
He's Burger Eddie, baby. Let's go.
Unbelievable. And then, there's a couple. He came back the one year, and he had some good runs, but he looked tuckered out at the end. And then after that, he just kind of, went off the cliff there. And I remember going to Shopko, and I was like, "Oh, all this Eddie Lacy gear is on sale, dude! Picked up more Eddie Lacy gear." I mean, just like a T-shirt, like a alternate black jersey. Like, when did the Packers ever have a black jersey? I don't know.
I got a Matthews one like that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got a Clay Matthews one like that. It's actually pretty sick.
Yeah. So, yeah, I doubled down on Lacy, and then I actually went to this thing where I got to talk to one of the linemen. And I even asked him, I said, "Why is all that Eddie Lacy gear on sale, bro?" And he just started laughing. And then, next thing you know, he's gone, ends up on the Seahawks, and then he's out of the league. So I think I got rid of the T-shirts probably. And the jersey's somewhere. I keep the jersey packed away because, we got to remember these things. So that's what I got for you.
Cheeseburger Eddie, baby.
Now I'm hungry.
I'd go for a cheeseburger right now.
I think he likes Chinese food, and so do I. So that's another thing
I
we
think
have
he
in
likes a
common.
lot of food. Did you ever see that guy?
He specifically
likes a lot of
talks
food.
about the Chinese food. Specifically,
Yeah.
I wonder what
I
kind.
would love.
I wonder
love
what
to
kind
go
of
to Green
Chinese food he
Bay.
likes best.
Green Bay is definitely known for their best Chinese food, so that was a good spot for Eddie.
Yeah. I do love it. I like our China buffet.
I don't really buy too much sports memorabilia myself. The occasional Packers shirt, I guess, back in the day, but I haven't bought anything recently except one thing. I bought a New York Guardians hat, an XFL team. Pretty jazzed about the XFL actually, and then XFL got canceled real quickly after that. I think it was maybe did they even finish the season?
No, they did not.
Yeah, so fizzled out quite quick. I still have the hat somewhere. I couldn't find it for the show, but
You sold it?
no, I didn't sell it. I still have it.
Oh.
I couldn't find it. I said.
I was about to get into the XFL too. I think I almost got a jacket for one team. I was like, yeah, it's a sweet jacket.
It's an investment.
They had some sweet logos and some sweet gear, but
Yeah, and then some they just ripped from Madden, but I mean, it was like 50-50.
Not to bring up mine. I'm gonna go on a little bit later, but same as Gage. He just wanted to give some support. I went out there. I decided I was gonna be a big Dallas. Was it Renegades or no? Yeah, Renegade fan. Just because I hate.
I was going to be a big fan, and then forgets the name of the team.
Renegade. As long as
Good.
Dallas and the Cowboys. So screw the Cowboys. But yeah, I got a Renegades hat and screw the Cowboys. But yeah, they The league only lasts like 4 or 5 games, whatever. Still as many Super Bowls I've seen the Cowboys win, or championships in my last 25 years. So let's go Renegades.
Yeah. And for our viewers, you probably don't know, but we are huge fans of the Northwoods League up in here.
Let's go
Got-
Larks.
Got some Bismarck Lark fans. I don't know if Trev's a fan. Can't speak for him, but
Hey,
He is.
fun fact for you.
yeah.
I did an internship in the Northwoods League when I was in college.
Oh my God.
I
Got an
worked for the
insider.
Rochester Honkers and Alexandria Blue Anchors.
Awesome, dude. What were
Love
you
it.
doing?
I was like,
Third
it was a
base?
sport management intern, and no, I was doing just like game day stuff, like all the way from tickets to like on the field stuff to running concessions to marketing, like a little bit of everything.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. So
Did you see the clip that I sent you in the Northwoods League? It was, I don't know if it was today. The guy hit a home run, and as coming to he was coming to home base, his buddies threw him a energy drink, and he popped it open on a spike and shotgunned it as he went across home plate.
I did see that. I didn't realize that was
That
the
was in the
Northwoods
Northwoods
League.
League.
Oh my
That was the
gosh.
Northwoods League.
And they have the I don't know if they do this every year or if it was just the one year. They had the home run derby on the water.
On the lake, yeah.
It's so good. I would
Yeah.
love to go to something like that. My kayak.
Yeah.
It'd be fun. But
It's
anyway,
actually a pretty good league.
I'm kind of torn right now because I was a huge Green Bay Bullfrogs fan. I used to go to the games down at Joanne's, and then they were supposed to build a new stadium in the Green Bay city limits. It was going to be called the Shipyard. It was going to be really cool. The deal didn't go through. Anyway, they move over to Ashwaubenon, which is actually a suburb type thing of Green Bay. And they kept the Green Bay name, but now they're the Green Bay Booyah. And I haven't been to a game since. I have Bullfrog gear. I have hats. I got a jersey. I used to go get all kinds of deals from them. They called me to see if I wanted to go to Booyah games, and I gave them a little piece of my mind. They haven't called me back. So I don't know if I'd call it memorabilia fails, but sometimes I just like to wear the jersey and cry a little bit because I feel kind of lost. I don't know who I'm a fan of, if I'm a Booyah fan or maybe like the Dock Spiders, but I don't really like Fond du Lac that much. Maybe I'm a Larks fan. I don't know, but I'm probably gonna look at Gage. What is that? I can't be a Larks fan?
No, you're a Larks fan for sure.
Nah, I might have to get behind the Booyah. They'll probably, I would think they'll win the championship before the Larks, for sure.
For sure.
For sure.
Hey,
So, yeah.
Speak before I want to get into my memorabilia fail, but to get into we're talking Northwoods League. This isn't actually kind of a joke of a league. We're talking about shotgun and beers and all this stuff. There's been some big names that have actually went into the pros from this league, and I know there's two that I'm missing, but the one that I can always remember is Max Scherzer. Max Scherzer's
Yep.
came from the Northwoods League, and that's one of the best baseball players I've seen in the last 10 years. Like, and I know there's two other ones. I know there's a Cubs guy. Maybe I'm wrong, but also there was a guy that specifically signed from the Larks just this last week and brought up to the Cubs. Like, there's some. This is a fun around league, but there's some names around there, and it starts from here. And if you go to one of these games, you might be watching a bunch of nobodies, but 5 years from now, you might be like, "Wow, this." Like Max Scherzer, for example, like that's an AL Cy Young winner. I mean,
Curtis
there's
Granger.
some players.
The most notable one that I remember from the Honkers was Andre Ethier. He played for the Honkers, the
Mr.
team that I
LA,
worked for.
baby. He dated one of the Kardashians, man. He was one of my favorite Dodgers, dude.
Oh my
Hey,
Yeah, he
yeah.
played for the Honkers.
Dude, that's awesome. Yeah.
Juan Pierre,
Yeah.
Jeff Weaver.
Weaver's a good pitcher. Like
George
this
Sherrill.
isn't some like I if you live in Bismarck, for example, and you see any form of sports team, you're like, ha, joke. And I get that because it's Bismarck. But there is big names that have came through this league. Like it's not as big of a joke as I feel it should be taken as. There's actually some very serious people have came through this league.
Curtis
And I hope
Granderson.
yeah, we talk about Chris Granderson, and I feel like it should get some respect because these people do come from here and they start from the bottom, and this is where you start from the bottom, man. So go out there, especially for me as a local guy out living in this Bismarck area. I really want respect for local sports. People always bitch about not having nothing going on here. Go out there and support your sports. Go out there and support things that will bring more. And you never know what you're actually watching. You never know. You could be watching the beginning of something great.
Those kids are grinding. They play like 70 some games in a summer. There's like
Yeah.
1 day a week where they don't have a game. They
Yeah,
play all year round. or all
This
summer
is
long.
actually, yeah, absolutely, man. This is like actually their off season,
The
right?
league's like, yeah, well, the league is made to emulate what I was told is like it's made to emulate minor league ball.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
to play in the league, you have to have NCAA eligibility left, but it's made to emulate minor league baseball. So these kids are playing every single day.
Yeah. And I know last year, Larks, for example, they they had a very shortened season because of COVID, and they only got to play like we're playing like a Mandan. Yeah, what's that shit we used to play back when we were younger? Legion Ball. They play like
Babe
Mandan.
Ruth or Legion.
Yeah, I was like, ugh. I mean, but they're doing all they can, man. You're scrapping and grinding, so you know, I just try to put myself in that position and try to want to give them respect and love for the game. So I think it's pretty cool. But
You bought any dumb sports
Oh, yeah.
memorabilia, Chance?
oh yeah, I'm full. I can guarantee you the first day I ever met this guy on the way right here, Trevor. My first day showing up to school, I showed up my Michael Jordan Wizards jersey. I bought off eBay. Probably bid on that thing for all I remember. I know it was used. There was a stain on it. I don't know if it was a ketchup stain, mustard stain. There's a stain on it. Showed up to school, my black Wranglers and my Michael Jordan Wizards jersey. That might be up there. Man, I've got a lot. About my Lamar Old. I spent like $40 one time on a Lamar Odom practice jersey warm up card. I ended up selling it for $60, so I made money. But you ain't getting that anymore nowadays. That's up there. I own a Michael Vick Eagles jersey that I've never displayed to anybody. Nobody knows about that one. I'm displaying it out right now. Nobody knows about that one. There's always been a big Vic fan and a big supporter. Trev, you remember in 6th grade we had to write out to like celebrities and or stuff. My bad. I wrote one out to Michael Vick. And he sent me I wouldn't say this would be a fail, but sent one out to Michael Vick, and he sent me a rookie card back, and he signed it. And it's always been a Michael Vick fan, you know. And then I bought a Michael Vick Eagles jersey. I really don't know why. And never showed anybody that, and I don't even know if I've worn it. But
White or green?
green. I don't know if it's in for the T-Wolves. He had a big series. Did you guys ever do hoops for heart when you were younger?
Yeah, who for the T-Wolves?
Well, we did specifically for the T-Wolves for us, and you get to win T-Wolves tickets. And I was supposed to win T-Wolves tickets to a game versus the Jazz. And this is when the T-Wolves were good, when it had Sam Cassell, KG, Latrell Sprewell. Oh my God. And they had Troy Hudson, and Troy Hudson was balling out number 16. I bought a Troy Hudson jersey. Of all those guys on that team, and I bought a Troy Hudson jersey. I went there to that game, and I bought Gage a KG jersey, because why don't you just get one of the guys that made sense? And I bought a Troy Hudson one for whatever reason. The guy probably didn't even average 16 in that series, or even play. And I bought a Troy Hudson jersey. And got to watch him play against Michael Jordan, though. That was cool. And I bought a Troy Hudson jersey. I bet you, maybe even none of you guys know who Troy Hudson is, but thought it was cool, man. I've got plenty. I could go on for days and days. I got a Michael Jordan rookie card, autograph jersey from Pennsylvania. And if you know sports, the real MJ did not play at Pennsylvania. It's literally some dude named Michael Jordan that played at Pennsylvania. I just thought it was cool, so I bought it because I thought it'd be funny.
That is funny.
I've made some dumb ones, man.
I like that. What did you pay for that?
I paid $3. I just so it wasn't that big of a loss, like $3. Yeah, I thought it was too. I thought it was just $3 for a joke, whatever. The guy was just like, I was like 12 years old. He's like, "Are you sure? You know this is not Michael Jordan, right?" Like, yes, I am. I just want it for the joke, you know. Like, I don't care. I have for the opportunity for the rest of my life to tell people that I have an autograph rookie college Michael Jordan. And I'm not lying, dude. I do. But he played at Pennsylvania. It's just some guy that never definitely played in the league.
Well worth it.
Well worth it for me. Oh, that $3? Man, yeah.
Sounds like a memorabilia win to me.
That one might be right for me. But... yeah.
All right, well, should we wrap it up, boys? It's a long one.
Go another 3 hours. Hey, make sure you reach out to us on social, at TUN Sportscast, Twitch, right here on Twitch. Follow us if you ain't following us. Don't be crazy. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube at the Up North Sportscast. All right, we are going to be heading out. We appreciate you being here with us. I think Chance has something to say. We appreciate Trev being with us too. Thank you for spilling out all that NHL knowledge. You did a great job. Chance, what you got for us?
Yeah, shout out to Trevor Melrose. Glad we can get a little NHL talk on here.
Yeah.
Shout out to my buddy Megs. Eric Megstead. You don't know him. You don't know him. I've been kind of a follower lately. It's kind of cool when you show up to softball on Thursday and you hear another guy that you don't even play with following your show. And then the biggest thing for me right now is seeing my little Gabby Gabbers, my little daughter, take her first 4 steps, 4 or 5. I don't know who's counting, but I am. Seem to take them on her own, and very proud and very happy father.
That's awesome, man.
Congrats, bro. So again,
awkward silence.
All right. Thanks again, Trev, for being on. Might have to talk some more hockey soon with the next few rounds coming up.
Let's do it.
Well, it's been real, boys. Y'all have a good one. We'll catch you next week.